All right, a little addendum here. I just rewatched the Simpsons movie, and before I wanted to post this video about the Simpsons second movie that's coming out in 2027, I wanted to kind of just come on here before you guys see the main part of the video and kind of reaffirm my thoughts on the Simpsons movie because I said in the video that I don't remember being that good, and while I pretty much stand that, it's not as bad as I remember it being, but it's still not great. But it's as good as they could have made something like that, like a feature film of the Simpsons, I guess. Which now even more makes me believe that what are they going to do with the second Simpsons movie? Because it was a huge deal back then when this first movie came out, and now with the second movie, people's feelings on the Simpsons have changed in the past 20 years. When when this movie is going to premiere, I'm speaking for in the future, but like you guys get what I mean. Like in the future, 20 years from the Simpsons movie first premiering in theater to the second one premiering in theaters in July of 2027, how are people going to perceive it then? I don't know. I don't know if it'll be as warm as it was with the first one because I do remember it being a pretty big deal. But like I said, I stand by mostly what I said. It's still a very mediocre movie in my opinion. But it's my opinion. You guys can watch it for yourselves if you have Disney Plus or whatever. Um, it's readily available on DVD. Like you can easily pick it up for a couple bucks too. So if you don't want to stream it, you can easily just go buy it at a thrift store or something for a couple bucks. But yeah, I still don't think it's very good. But I just want to come on here and give accurate thoughts about the movie rather than me just seeing it twice in my life. And the last time I saw it was probably like 12 or so years ago. So it's been a while until just 10 minutes ago. So, yeah, I still don't think it's very good, but I still think this video is going to hold some merit. So hopefully you guys enjoy it nonetheless. Anyway, here's my thoughts on the second Simpsons movie announcement and all the other jazz I talk about. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, since I'm banking on Amazon not delivering my Nightmare on Elm Street set right away, probably later in the day, so I won't have time to do it on Tuesday, I'm going to film a video today, and then hopefully Wednesday, I'll be able to have that video done and filmed, and all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies ranked, because I've always kind of wanted to do a video about that. So today, instead of talking about that, I'm going to talk about something that got announced by Disney and the Simpsons social media Instagram pages. Apparently, they're doing a Simpsons movie number 2. So I just kind of want to talk about that. And I know I never really talked about like Simpsons or anything like that on my channel, but yes, I am still a fan of the Simpsons. I always have been since like I've probably been watching Simpsons since I was like 7, 8 years old. So, like, I remember watching the episode where Maud died. I remember watching that when it was new. Who Shot Mr. Burns when that was new. Stuff like that. So, I do have a vast knowledge of The Simpsons. I have watched it a lot over the years. A lot of the repeats and re-airings on like FXX, on their every Simpsons ever that they do. I've watched all those, especially back when it first started. So yes, I do love The Simpsons, even still today. Not as much. Like a lot of the later seasons aren't as great as the like. I would say past like 2006 is when it starts declining and like the story and the writing and stuff like that. But overall, it's still fairly good show. Like I don't get why people. I'm just trying to rant on this for a little bit, and then we'll get into like my thoughts on the movie and stuff. But I don't get all the discourse around the show. Like, why people say, "Oh, it needs to end. It needs to end." Like, yes, do I want it to end? Kind of, but I want it to end for a completely different reason than most people do. I want it to end because I don't want any of the main cast to like pass away and die of something sudden. I mean, we already had that happen with Edna Krabappel. Like, I don't want Julie Kavner or Dan Castellaneta passing away or Nancy Cartwright. Something happened to one of them or Yardley or somebody, and then have them have to recast a mainstay character. Because honestly, I I don't really want that to happen. My brother and I were talking about it. He was like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I'm more on the camp that it would be. It would kind of ruin the spirit of the show, I think. But touching on Marge and her voice for a minute, like I get why people say her voice sounds terrible now, but like you guys gotta understand, she's like 78 years old, and she's trying her best to make it sound the same that it has over the years. That's why it sounds the way it does. I wish they would just let her switch to like her normal speaking voice or something, because she obviously can't do Marge anymore like she used to. I think when it started really changing in like the late like 2010s, maybe like even earlier than that, but like I will admit it is jarring if you go back and watch like season 4 episodes to like season 33 or 32, whatever. It is a very jarring difference. Even Homer sounds like completely different from like early seasons to like even like season 9 and 10. Homer sounds different than he did back in like season 2 and 3 and 4. So like their voices have changed, but a lot of them haven't changed all that much. Marge is like the most noticeable one, and I get why people like complain about it, but like people saying, "Oh, they need to recast or like get Marge off the show." No, like if you don't like the way Marge sounds, either get over it or don't watch the show. Just they're not gonna recast someone that's been doing that voice unless she wants to stop doing it. Like the whole Millhouse situation, which I am fine with that. Do I miss Pamela? Yes, I do think she was the best Millhouse. We got a little bit of a preview of Millhouse. I don't think it was Pamela. I think it was the new one in the newest episode, and it didn't sound bad to me. But he only said like two or three words. So that's not really a big like deal about like what he's gonna sound like. So I'm still not completely sold on it because, like I said, he didn't say anything. So I'm not sure what that's gonna sound like. But like Greg Delisle, who does Martin and the twins, Sherry and Terry, I believe it's Greg Delisle. I'm pretty sure. Who took over for Russi Taylor, who passed away. She does pretty good. They're not exactly the same, but they sound good enough. Just like Dr. Hibbert and Carl. They sound good. I don't mind the voice change. Do I think they should have changed the voices? Honestly, no. And I know that's a hot take, but it's not because I don't want black voice actors to get jobs or anything like that. That's not what it is. I just think they should have kept it because they were doing caricatures of those people and the races. Yes, it's kind of a touchy thing nowadays, but like still, it's a freaking cartoon. Like it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Honestly, it's a damn cartoon. Like they were over accentuating they weren't making him sound like he was like a gangster or anything like that. Like Carl didn't sound like he was like from a bad part of a neighborhood or something. Like they didn't do a stereotypical black guy voice or nothing like that. It was I always thought it was tasteful, but that's just me. I don't let stuff like that bother me. I get why it bothers some people. I do understand it. I'm not insensitive to that kind of thing, but I do understand it. Same thing with Apu. I understand why people nowadays have a problem with it, but like totally canceling the character and just acting like he doesn't fucking exist is ridiculous to me. And the whole Hank Azaria making him come out and basically say like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done the caricature that way, or I should have never played the character." That's a bunch of bullcrap because years ago, no one ever had a problem with it back then. Why now? That's my whole thing with that poop. I'm not going to get into that here because I don't want people getting pissed at me thinking I'm a racist or anything like that. No, I'm not. I just think people need to be more, like, not as touchy about certain things like that. Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, that whole freaking documentary, The Problem with Apu or whatever it was called, I never watched it because I was like, there is no problem with Apu. People created a problem with Apu. A group of people didn't like it, got pissed, and got him canceled off the show, basically. Because they've never replaced him. They've never found like an Indian voice actor to portray his voice, which I don't think it would even sound right because the whole point of Apu was a caricature of a like gas station worker or convenience store worker that was of Indian descent. That was the whole freaking point of it. Is it insensitive today? Maybe, but like to me it wasn't. It really wasn't. And like honestly, it's Apu is one of my favorite characters on the show, and I miss that he's not there because there were a lot of good episodes that were Apu centric that they just totally act like he doesn't exist. Nobody came after Jan Hooks when she did Manjula, or when I forget who took it over when Jan Hooks died. Um, God, who took her over? Well, but whatever. My point is, no one got pissed at Manjula. I don't know if the documentary mentioned Manjula as well, but like no one got pissed at that. Where was all the discourse about that? That's my whole rant about The Simpsons and people's problem with it. You can say what you will about it and dislike this video, whatever. I don't really give a shit if people don't agree with me on that. I'm standing on that hill that Apu shouldn't have got canceled. Marge's voice isn't that bad, and people just need to just move on and just deal with it. If you don't like the way the show is, don't freaking watch it. And honestly, I'm gonna have a hot take about the movie too, because I don't know if people like the movie or hate the movie. I, for one, didn't really like the first Simpsons movie. Do I remember it that well? No, because I only saw it once, and how I saw it was kind of funny, and I'll explain the story in a second. But I just didn't like the whole dome idea and like closing off Springfield and that whole thing. It was just weird to me, and it just felt like a really padded out episode that they just made run longer. And I honestly don't remember it. The only thing I remember about it is like the whole Spider Pig thing, and that's why Spider Pig got like kind of big, and Homer's pig. That's like the one thing I remember that like got big, and Bart is like naked for a little bit of it. Um, but that's like it. That's like the only big parts of it that I remember people talking about. And the big shot of the mob of people coming to the, I think it was a Simpson house or something like that. I don't remember what it was. See, that's probably I don't remember the movie, so I really can't like dish on it that much because I honestly didn't like it enough to remember it. So say what you will about me not remembering the Simpsons movie because I've only seen it once, maybe twice. I think I might have seen it once with my older brother too. When it was on DVD, I think we got it from the library or something and watched it once. And I honestly don't remember it. I don't remember it being very good. I was thinking about rewatching it just because of the news that I heard about today with The Simpsons, or The Simpsons movie 2, or The Simpsons, the second Simpsons movie, I guess, is what I'm going to call it, because they don't have a title for it. It doesn't come out till next year, not next year, 2027 in July. I don't remember the exact date. There's a little teaser poster thing that they posted on the post. So my thoughts on the whole Simpsons second movie is, I don't know if the whole joke with Matt Groening, because even they made jokes about it on Futurama. Bender says, like, "When are you going to do another Simpsons movie?" And Matt Groening says something, I don't remember what he says, but they've made a joke about it on The Simpsons. Like, they've said, like, one movie's enough. Like, they've made a joke about it. So, like, I always thought that they were basically poking fun at the fans wanting another movie and basically shooting it down, saying it's not going to happen. So I never thought a second Simpsons movie was on the cards. Now, my thing with this movie is, the first thing I thought of is, like, why are they doing a Simpsons movie in 2027? Is it going to be the bookend to The Simpsons? Because from what I could be, this could be like a Mandela effect or something, but I think I remember hearing somewhere that if they were to do another Simpsons movie, they would have it be like the end of The Simpsons. That's what I heard. I don't know if that was like a fan bullshit theory or something like that, but I've heard that that's what they would do if they would do another Simpsons movie. Which, honestly, that would kind of make sense. Do I think that's what they're going to do? Probably not. But I could honestly see this being like some kind of big thing that leads into new parts of the series, or maybe they will end the series off with this movie. I don't know, because by 2027, I think they're renewed up to like, I don't even know what season we're on now. Hold on, let me look, because I'm not really sure. Okay, we're on season 37 now. According to IMDb, there's going to be at least 40 seasons. So at least they've been renewed up to season 40, which leads me to believe that the Simpsons movie, the second one, is not going to bookend the series. But I do think it's going to lead into something big for the series. Like, maybe the kids will finally start aging up, or maybe Maggie will finally start talking, something like that, or maybe one of the Simpsons characters will die, like Abe or Ned or somebody. Some mainstay character might like get killed off or something, or move away, or something big might happen, because they got to do something big for this movie. Because that was my problem with the Simpsons movie itself, is that in the continuity of the Simpsons, I don't think they've really mentioned it outside of like one or two times about the whole dome aspect of Springfield being like locked in a dome or whatever. I don't think they ever really touched on it in the series. And I always found that very odd that they kind of dismiss it, but kind of bring it up when they feel it's like relevant to talk about it. Because like I said, I think there was like one or two episodes where they brought it up, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But that's one thing I didn't like about the movie, is that it really didn't add anything to the series besides the stupid pig. Like, that's it. And even the pig, I don't think is really in that many new episodes. I don't remember the last time they actually used the pig in an episode. So, I mean, like, that's my problem with it. And with the second one, like I said, I want them to do something that's big, that will lead into something that will continue on into the series. Because if they don't do that, and it's just some like one-off hour and a half or hour and 10-minute story, whatever it's going to be, if that's all it is, or 90-minute story, whatever, then what's the point of doing it? Like, at least the Futurama movies, like Bender's Big Swirl, all the other movies, at least they were kind of like in between stuff. So like there was like ambiguity, or I don't know what word I'm looking for. It was very ambiguous where it could be in the series, I guess. I don't know if ambiguity is a word, but whatever. We'll go with it. But it was ambiguous where they were in the series. I forget what movie it was, but you find out, not to go off on a Futurama tangent here, but one of the movies, you find out that one of Mom's children is the professor's son. The dumb one. I forget the dumb one's name. I think it's Aigner. I think. I think. I don't remember if that's the dumb one or not. But that kind of stuff. That they didn't bring that back up, but it's kind of cool to know that that's his son, and you know that because they established that in that movie. Now I'm sure they would bring it back up if they needed to in Futurama, but that's a whole different animal. Futurama is its own thing, but Matt Groening still does that too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why doesn't he do something like that with the Simpsons second movie instead of making it just like a one-off plot that they're never going to use again? Make it something that will be used again. That'll be something interesting to me. I don't know. I just think that this movie doesn't need to exist. Like, I'm very skeptical on what this movie's going to be, what it's going to do. My wife and I have already said, like, we're going to go see it in theaters, because it's The Simpsons, and I kind of regret not seeing the first one in the theater, but I probably would have been disappointed, but still, I mean, that the whole Simpsons movie thing, that was a huge fucking deal back in the day. Everyone was talking about it. It was a huge, huge deal. I mean, look at a show like Family Guy. Still has not had a movie besides like the Untold Stewie Griffin story, but that wasn't a theater movie. That was like a straight to DVD movie or whatever, I think. But Family Guy still hasn't had like a theatrical movie, which is crazy to me that they haven't done one yet. Bob's Burgers did. The Bob's Burgers movie is probably one of the best like animated movies from like a animated sitcom that I've seen, because at least that goes in line with, it continues on with the series. Like you see in the opening of Bob's Burgers, the whole big gap in the by the restaurant in the road, and then they reference that in the openings now. So it's very like forward thinking for Lauren Bouchard to do that. And like the Bob's Burgers movie wasn't like super great or anything. Like it really didn't need to be as long as it was. The main thing about Bob's Burgers, because I do love Bob's Burgers as well, but the thing about Bob's Burgers the movie was that there was a lot of musical numbers in that, and I think that's what drove that movie out more, is because they wanted to showcase the musicality, the musical aspect of it, I guess, more than episodes do, because you don't get very many episodes where people just break off into song. I mean, there's episodes like that, like bad stuff happens in the bathroom, stuff like that. But the movie showcases it way more, and the animation is pretty similar to what the show is, but it is very, very, very minor, like up in quality, I would say, with Just like with the Simpsons movie, that was a big bump up from like TV to movie. But now the TV of Simpsons looks similar to what the movie looked like, so it's not as big of a deal. Just like Bob's Burgers, like it's pretty much the same, but you can tell the animation is a little bit more like sharper looking because it's like 4K. Um, but anyway, I don't want to get off on the weeds on Bob's Burgers, but I do really, really enjoy that show. I think Bob's Burgers, not to like toot its own horn here, but like I think Bob's Burgers is probably one of the best shows that Fox has next to The Simpsons. And I can't wait to see what Fox lets the American Dad showrunners do with that. Because I love American Dad. I love that way more than Family Guy. Way more than Family Guy. Like, I'll tolerate Family Guy, but American Dad is like so much funnier to me. I love Roger. I love Klaus. I love Stan, Francine, Haley, Steve, all of them. They're all fantastic. Principal Lewis, I love him. So I can't wait to see what they do with that stuff. But like wrapping up here with the Simpsons second movie, I don't know what to think about it, but I just want to do a video talking about it, kind of talking about the series as a whole, what I think of it and stuff. I know it's a weird, rambly kind of video, but I've never really done a video talking about the Simpsons or just like animation shows in general that I enjoy and like. So I just figured I'd do it today because why not? Like I said, it is a big deal that they're doing a second movie because they've always kind of like poo-pooed the idea, but now that it's like on the table, it's just crazy to me. And shouts to the Simpsons Theory channel for making me aware of it. She does fantastic work on her videos and just breaking down the Simpsons. Her channel is fucking amazing. Go check her out. It's the Simpsons Theory. I'll link her review video for the newest episode, so you guys can go check her channel out. But her channel is great. I've dove into a bunch of her videos, so go check her out. She doesn't need my shout out. She's got a big fan base, but I just want to give her some love because she does really good work. So shout out to her. She does really excellent work on here. So yeah, but to end this video off, I'm going to tell you the funny story about how I watched the Simpsons movie for the first time. So I believe it was my junior year of high school. I was in my like stage. I had a stage class, like elective class, and we were having a movie day because it was like towards the end of the year, or it was like a sub or something. I don't remember. And someone said they brought a movie in. And we were all like, oh yeah. Oh, and I heard someone say it's a Simpsons movie. I'm like, wait a minute. The Simpsons isn't even out on DVD yet. But the teacher didn't realize that they had brought in a bootleg copy of the Simpsons movie. So we were watching a bootlegged copy of the Simpsons movie. Because there's at one point, I remember, I forget what part of the movie it was at, but there's one point where for like a split second, you can see the silhouette of someone's like head. And I was like, oh yeah, this is totally done it in a theater. The quality was pretty good though, surprisingly, because I've watched a lot of like cam footage, like rips of movies back in the day. But like, this one was like surprisingly good. For what it was, and I was like, they actually did a pretty good film job. Like the camera never jostled, nothing like that, and it sounded pretty good too, from what I remember. But yeah, that's my funny little story about how I watched the Simpsons movie. It was on a bootleg copy my junior year of high school. So don't come at me, Disney. It wasn't my fault. It was whoever burned that DVD copy. But yeah. I didn't love the first movie, but I'll give this one a chance because I give the first one a chance. So, whatever. It is what it is. And by the way, I actually don't have any Simpsons stuff on DVD. I think my brother has like maybe like season 5 or something on DVD. He got it for like his birthday or something. I forget what it was, but I think he has like one of the seasons or something. I really wanted to get that box set from back in the day. It was like $500. That big ass like rectangular box set that came out. That looks really cool, but like it was $500 fucking. It was like limited to 1,000 copies or whatever. Um, but yeah, I never got it. I'm a diehard Simpsons fan too, but yeah, I didn't want to drop $500 on that. Um, Now it's like $800. It's super stupidly expensive. When all it is just the individual seasons, like in a big outer box. That's all it is. Um, think about how big that fucking box is gonna be when The Simpsons ends. You're just gonna do a giant box set of like The Simpsons house, where you open the house up and then like all the furniture has like different seasons in it and shit. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but yeah, I just want to talk about this thing, guys. Sorry for the long video. I know this video might bore some people, but I think it's a pretty big deal, and I wanted to talk about it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Simpsons second movie announcement. Are you pumped for it? Are you not? Are you going to see it? Are you going to wait till it comes to Disney Plus? Or what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You're going to watch it? You're not going to watch it? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. This has been RollingWithKevin, and I am rolling out. Peace. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did like it, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button for all notifications so you get notified if I go live, post a video, post on my community page, or anything like that if YouTube does notify you. Sometimes it doesn't always do it, but hopefully it does for you guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. Shoutouts go to my patrons, Sonny Silva, Catfish Cat, Lee Fernay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, Mac and Dude, Preliab, Harry Fernandez, William Scott, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Frederick, Landon Ernhorn, Marcus Malahi, Brianna, Nuclear Reactive Man, Rebecca H., Just Good Enough, Gorgon Koluskovic, Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, and Harold Huckabee. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to support the channel, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. It really does help with the channel a lot to keep this going. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this has been RollingWithKevin, and I am rolling out.